What's going on, everyone? The question is should you go into the dump truck business or not? Okay, so I got my good friend Jose here that does my trucking and stuff for me, and I'm going to ask him some questions about the trucking and the trucking industry and what he does and the costs involved and all those different types of things and stuff. So he's going to hook us up with some information here. So Jose, let's go ahead and ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you don't have to be real serious and crazy. This is not like some sort of interview or something that's going to be absolutely just crazy. It's just a YouTube channel, okay? So don't get overly freaking self-conscious about stuff. I'm just curious to find out, and there's a lot of other people that want to know this information, okay,
Right.
about trucking in general. Now you do kind of specific stuff, which is related to just hauling dirt, rock, sand, gravel, and stuff like that, concrete or whatever else. So it's a little bit more specialized than over the road kind of stuff. But me and you were having a conversation earlier today about the cost of insurance, and
Right.
it just about threw me off of the tractor when you told me how much you're paying for insurance. And you only got one dump truck, which a dump truck's 10 to 12 yard truck with the two rear axles, a tandem is what they call them. So tell us, why do you think the insurance has gone up? And not only that, but how expensive is it to insure a rig like that?
Well, the prices, I don't know
It's okay, man. Don't worry. I know you're camera shy. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry. This is not national TV, so don't worry. Not yet. Don't worry, man. It's all good. I'm just trying
Well, I'm just not that I'm complaining, but the prices keep going up, like in fuel going up, and my prices on the hauling is still the same. Customers want the same prices that we stay on the same price, but everything keeps going up. My insurance from $3,500 jumped almost to $10,000, almost double than what I used to pay.
within a year,
year back, yeah.
year and a half. So it's almost tripled, really. Almost tripled. Almost from 35 to 10. That's almost
and I'm
tripled.
clean in my insurance. I don't have no tickets, and I don't have
No.
nothing. I'm clean.
No stop service orders
No,
or anything like
no,
that.
No, put out
of service.
No.
And explain what's an out of service, Jose. What does that
Well,
mean?
out of service when DOT commercial, they stop you. I mean, when they put you out of service, they find something like tires, brakes. I mean, they go against you, and it's going to increase your insurance and long period costs. Insurance
And it goes
company,
against your
my
DOT
record,
numbers.
Yeah, on my DOT numbers. Insurance, really, that's what it is. Insurance, they got the rise. I think how they do it, I don't know, but they increase the price when they. And I understand they put you out of service because you got bad tires, and I don't accept that. I don't run like that. That's what I don't get tickets. I haven't got no tickets
So
in years.
Jose's got a clean record, and he still pays,
Increase my
10,000 and some change, for insurance per year on his dump truck, just so that way he can go up and down the road. That's just the insurance, guys. That's not included. And this is a dump truck. This is not an 18-wheeler. This is just a standard, 10-wheeler. And this is Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth. I'm sure it's probably pretty high everywhere else too. But Texas is the national capital for trucking. I mean, there's more trucks here than I've ever seen in my life here in Texas. And so explain some more stuff about the trucking in general and the repair costs and other things. I know you just bought a new truck here recently and stuff. But
well, repair, you have to do maintenance in your truck. You have to pay a mechanic every 15 days to do maintenance. That's another cost. Plus, you have to also do your car wash every week because your truck gets dirty and you have to keep it clean on the road. It's another thing. Something break down, it's another cost. Tires, to put tires in my whole rig, it costs me around $4,000.
And that's
I do that every year and a half.
Year and a half, depending.
If I don't have a blowout tire, then it's gonna cost me.
Wow.
Or blow it on the job site or whatever. It's another expensive.
So we're talking probably just to run the rig. Let's say on a low side, you're looking at about $20,000 a year to run it. Now that's not fuel. So on the higher side, we're probably maybe $40,000 a year to keep the sucker going, with insurance and tires and fuel and maintenance and
tollways and all that. Plus, well,
somewhere in that range.
I probably do around $80,000 a year, but by the time I do all my taxes and all that, I ain't getting in maybe $30,000 only for me, and not include my expenses, my personal truck, which I use it for also.
And so you still have taxes on top of all the hard work you're doing to run this. And Jose, I've known Jose for a long time, everyone, okay, and he helps me out do my jobs for the excavation portion of it. And I'm just letting everybody know that Jose knows trucking like the back of his hand. He's got, oh, goddamn mosquito. There are places that Jose knows anywhere. He knows how to make dirt move. He knows how to get stuff transferred over the road. He has hideouts for everywhere in the city, and Dallas-Fort Worth is huge. He can take care of so many different things, it's not even funny. So this man is very knowledgeable when it comes to dump trucking and trucking stuff over the road and stuff. It's incredible the knowledge this guy has and the connections. He's got dump truck buddies by the dozens. He can call up a bunch of his buddies, 40, 50 trucks, no problem. And those people probably know more. And I mean, so what I'm trying to tell everyone is that this is one of those things that within trucking, the connections you have and the knowledge, this guy's a very knowledgeable person when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you have to know the knowledge, because you have to know where you pit at, where you can dump concrete, where can you dump. You have to find the places, you have to have that connection.
And without that,
without that,
yeah.
If I don't have that experience, believe me, it makes it more harder for a new guy to start. It's hard.
So someone now let me get into some kind of final things about it and stuff. I don't want to drag you out through the whole thing. I'm curious about it, you know, and I want everyone to know about their options and stuff. And so, what would you, if you were to say anything about someone just new getting in? What all could you possibly tell someone that is just dying to get behind the wheel of a dump truck?
Well, it's business, but really you just make enough to survive. The only good thing is you are your own boss. That's one thing.
That is a good
but
thing.
Tell
yes,
me about
sir.
Insurance. I can't afford insurance. Health insurance, I cannot afford that.
So no health insurance, because there's no way, there's nothing left. There's no meat on the bones.
Nope. If I do that, I ain't gonna have no money at all. I can't afford that. I cannot afford health insurance. Not right now. Maybe the price has changed.
Would you say that your other friends, okay, and that have helped me out, and without you guys, I wouldn't be able to be in business. There's no questions asked. Okay, so we are hand in hand with the relationship to get this dirt moved one way or another, because it's always a cut and fill or haul out or haul in. You know how it is.
Right.
So, but your other guys too, they do similar stuff to you. What do you think that your other some of these guys, I see some of them are drivers, some of them aren't. What can you say about some of the other friends that you work with as far as the trucking and stuff like that? And this is all just dump trucking, mostly tandem, some trailers and stuff, but.
Well, let's say, like you mentioned, if somebody just want to start, it's going to suffer in the beginning. Especially you don't know your way around. Nothing. You don't know the places. You have to have that explanation. He's going to have to suffer for a while to when he get in the point that he can do what I do, which is going to it takes time. It takes time.
And they got to get with someone like yourself that's motivated, okay? And someone that's knowledgeable, and someone that makes shit happen. This guy here, he's got his booklet of all things, his truckers and stuff. He's got all kinds of stuff loaded up here. He's got a briefcase where he keeps track of his guys. He actually has other guys out there trucking for him, doing loads to fill in all these gaps. And I mean, like I said, I've known Jose for a long time, and the way this man operates and stuff is quite amazing, because it's like a well-oiled machine. And if you don't keep it well-oiled like this man does, you won't make anything at all. You might as well go out of business and be done. But because this guy is so knowledgeable about what it is that he's doing, okay, he's able to keep doing what he's doing and enjoy life. And I appreciate everything he does for me, when it comes to hauling stuff in and hauling stuff out and getting stuff done, because without him helping me, I wouldn't make no money because of him. So it's a bottleneck. There's a bottleneck right there. Without that, there's other people out there that charge. You don't know what they're capable of. They say they're a trucking outfit, but you don't know how long they've been in business. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know when they can get rid of the material, how long it's going to take them. You don't know how many other jobs they got. Like, what if? Because you know how it is. Someone's trying to fill in a hole somewhere, and they may get to you. You want to get it done now, and they may not get you done. Right?
Right. Yeah. Part of your knowledge.
So someone could be like, well, I'm trying to knock it out, within this time frame or whatever, and they're out there hauling for someone else in between your loads, or they're out there hauling, well, I'll get to you tomorrow. And if you rely on that kind of situation, it'll hose your job out, right?
Right, yeah. It's like you giving a bad service to somebody. It's not my position. It's help you out so we can help each other. That's the way it goes. If we work together, we can make it just to survive. Not
that
to make
ain't no
a lot
lie.
of money. I can save money. And when I save it, something broke down and it's going to my truck. I mean, I can run good right now. Tomorrow something breaks down. I'm talking about $5,000 just there. Mechanic expenses. Plus, I'm going to stop working.
Yep. So you got the
days
downtime.
Down, and it's a lot involved. But it's what I choose. And it's not bad, but it's not that good either. Because I can't, to be honest, I can't save. I cannot say in the year I saved so much. Because the save I do probably go in the truck, and my next broke down.
Okay, well, that wraps it up. I wanted to do this with Jose because I think that people should know about the reality of what trucking is about. Now, the same similar process goes into over-the-road trucking with trailers and dry vans and flatbeds and stuff. And then, I have a friend that does heavy hauling, that moves my equipment, and we can talk with him later and stuff. But I'm just letting everybody know, trucking in general is a very difficult thing to get in with and to make a good profit. Over and out.
So really the conclusion on dump trucking just depends on where you're at, what you're doing, the type of contracts, whether you're going to be hourly or you're going to do it per load, how close everything is, where the demographics are as far as city, country, what state you're in, all these different things. So just think of that too as well.